Here's a confession. I have a soft spot for waffles. It's probably because I find it more of a specialty breakfast food over pancakes, which are easier to do at home and don't require a designated appliance. So when I passed by famous country waffles in White Plains, you can imagine my excitement. In keeping up with their make every day a Sunday relaxed brunch theme, the setup is a rustic modern farmhouse complete with wooden-looking elements and just a couple of different tables and chairs to drive the casual dining theme home. On the right side of the restaurant is a solarium section, so if you want to get a healthy dose of vitamin D from the sunlight streaming in, you can request to be seated there. But don't forget to slather on the sunscreen. By the way, it might interest you to know that the company behind Famous Country Waffles is also the one that brought us famous Belgian waffles, hence the Easter egg in this framed photo. Their menu features familiar Western comfort food and some Filipino breakfast favorites. The waffles don't just belong to the dessert section, they've got a selection of savory waffle creations to choose from. Serving size is generally for sharing, especially the waffle dishes. Pasta and rice dishes can be for one, but they're at full meal portions. And here's a tip, time your visit to this all-day breakfast place. We actually went twice, with the first time being Saturday at 11 a.m., where it was a weekend brunch and we had to go on the wait list for a table. The second time was on a Wednesday around noon and we were able to get seated immediately. We started with a long black. This was M's pick and he's more of the coffee person, but apparently a long black is kind of like a reverse Americano, where the coffee is poured over water instead of the other way around. And there's less water and therefore a stronger flavor. This arrived with a complimentary crispy waffle roll similar to Barquillos. For the food, we stuck with their specialties across various categories. I believe the FCW or Famous Chicken and Waffles is a popular menu item, but for this visit, we went with the variety offered by the country-style breakfast instead. You get to pick between sunny side up or scrambled eggs, and we chose the latter. Instead of whipped butter, the waffles are topped with jalapeno cream cheese, and there's some syrup on the table for if you want to play around with the salty and the sweet. The waffles have a mild vanilla aroma, but aren't flat out sweet save for a smattering of crunchy sugar bits here and there. And the cream cheese manages to keep them kind of savory that you can add a little bit of syrup and not feel like you're already having dessert. Where the Belgian Liège waffle is more dense and doughy, this one is the lighter kind that's soft inside but with a little bit of crunch on the outside. Though this isn't as soft and spongy as the famous Belgian waffles in the malls, the ones served here are a bit different and noticeably more premium. The potatoes have a nice roasted skin to them with a sprinkling of salt crystals that make them salted without being overly salty, and the inside is nice and tender. Their version of scrambled eggs isn't runny or creamy all over except for a creamy bit at the top. The chicken sausage has a smoky flavor and firm skin, but is incredibly soft on the inside, almost as much as the eggs. The country-style pizza is their version of the combination pizza flavor. The surprising thing is that it's juicy once pulled apart. No, it's not oil from the meats, but more like the drippings from the vegetables. The crust in the middle gets soft from the drippings, but the outer edges are crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside, though I would have preferred a less charred crust to avoid too much bitterness. Not gonna lie, the spaghetti is reminiscent of another spaghetti from a famous competing breakfast place with a similar menu. Not the Filipino sweet style, but not the zesty Italian kind either. It's a nice bolognese served with unbuttered toast. For dessert, we went for their highly recommended ones. The banana nocciola is topped with banana slices and finished with a generous drizzling of chocolate hazelnut spread. There's also some sliced almonds and a neutral-flavored, non-buttery whipped cream to go along with it. They use the same waffles for desserts as what we had for the country-style breakfast. Overall, I found this a bit sweet for my liking, but if you are a fan of Nutella and the like, you won't be disappointed. Their other must-try, the banana flambe, is the one I much prefer. This one has chopped pecans and rum caramel sauce with some lightly sprinkled cookie crumbs. We also indulged in the a la mode version, which is an additional 100 pesos for a scoop, and you get to pick which gelato flavor you would like. In our case, it was the maple gelato. I do find that this gelato flavor goes well with the bananas and caramel, though vanilla would probably be a subtler addition if low-key enhancement is what you're going for. The bananas used aren't overripe, so you have that pleasant fruity taste rather than that muddled, overripe banana mash. And the rum caramel sauce seems to have been reduced as I didn't pick up any strong alcohol flavor. It's the buttery kind of caramel. Now, if you want gelato by itself, you can get it from 120 pesos. Flavors are basic like chocolate, vanilla, maple. They also have this new brownie waffle a la mode dessert for 340, though I'm not sure if it's a limited edition thing or a regular part of the menu. Please subscribe for more content like this.